Hello, children. Children, today I'm going to start with the lesson Paint. I'm making this video on this poetry, which is Paint, and written by Mitchell Browder. This has been due since a long time, so I will be sending it to you today. Let's hope it to be helpful and useful for you. Now, children, this is the theme of this poem that the power of your imagination is greater than any attempt to represent it. Now, what do you understand by it? See, for example, if you have any idea in your mind and it's a beautiful idea, you want to bring it out on paper. You make an attempt, you try to paint it out, you try to draw it or color it, but it doesn't come out to be that beautiful as it is there in your mind. But this is what this poem is conveying, that it's not very important to represent it on paper. Even if you have a beautiful or a creative idea in mind, that itself is a great thing. And that is even better than representing it on paper. So, your creativity can take any shape in your mind. You may not be good at painting and drawing it on paper, but if you have a beautiful idea in mind, you are creative, you are imaginative. So, in this poem, we're going to see that this poet is on a beach, on a sea beach, and he tries, at first, he makes an attempt to capture the scene he is witnessing there. He's able to see, he's loving the scenery all around the sea beach, the palm trees, everything is so beautiful. He wants to paint it out. He makes an attempt. He brought, he bought the paint and everything. He tried to paint out, but then he realized that it was not his cup of tea. He realized that it was not possible for him to do painting. So what did he decide to do? He stopped it then and there because he realized that it was not possible for him to paint and that he was not an artist. And he realized that, accepted his weakness, and then worked on something which he was good at. He was good at words, he was good at writing. So he thought that he is going to, show to the readers, that picture through his words. He's going to make the readers imagine that image in their mind through the words he's writing. He is going to use the medium of writing, which is also an art, to bring out his imagination or to bring out the picture he has in mind and bring it out to the readers. We are the readers, isn't it, children? We are the audience who's reading the poem. So we are going to imagine that picture, that sea beach which the poet is seeing through the words he's writing. So let's start with it. I hope this theme is clear to you now. So let's start with the poem. I picked up a brush and 80 bucks worth of paint. Now, children, bucks is an informal term for dollars. And what does the poet do? He picked up a brush. At first, he decided to paint it, paint a picture. And he also spent 80 bucks on the paint. After a few tries, I know that kind of artist I ain't. So he tried for some time. He did not give up just like that. He made an attempt. So, children, this is also something that you must remember, that you cannot give up even before trying. You should always try first. If you succeed, very good. If you do not succeed, then you can give up. But always try at first. So, this poet also gives a few tries, not just once. He tries a few number of times and then realizes that he is not the kind of artist who can paint out a beautiful picture. So I will paint a picture in your head with the words that I write instead. So what did he decide to do? He decided that now I'm going to paint a picture in your head through my words. I'm going to make you imagine that picture which I'm able to see. As you can see in the picture, children, it's a beautiful scenery. So he is now going to use his words to make the readers, to make us imagine that picture in our mind. I'll start with the sky. Use your imagination. Blue. Blue like the first day of summer vacation. Now he loves the sky at the sea beach, the way it is looking, it's blue, and he compares it to the first day of summer vacation. So he compares the beauty of the sky to the very first day of summer vacation, which is a very happy day for every child. Even today, if I remember my childhood days, I used to be so happy on the very first day of summer vacation. The other days also I used to be happy, but the first day used to be special, very special always, because I used to feel that excitement, and that pleasant feeling was incomparable. So he also compares this beautiful blue sky to the very first day of summer vacation, which is a very happy time. So the moment he saw that blue sky, he felt the same way as used to feel on the first day of summer vacation. So this is a comparison, children. Now you can see that the figure of speech simile has been used over here, because blue like the first day of summer vacation. So the blue sky has been directly compared by using the word like, and it has been compared to the first day of summer vacation. So this is a simile used over here. There are other figures of speech also, like in the second stanza we have paint a picture. Now children, which figure of speech do we come across over here? We come across alliteration, repetition of the same sound. Okay, p and p, per and per. So it becomes paint a picture. There are other such words also, like with the words. Then start with the sky. So S and S. So there are many such words, blue. So all these are alliteration. A lot of alliterations have been used in the poem. Let's move to the next stanza. Next, he's going to talk about the grass. The first thing he talked about was the sky. Now he comes to the grass. Next is the grass, tall and green. The breeze makes it wave and the sun makes it sheen. So, the next beautiful thing, according to him, was the grass. And it looked tall and green. The breeze is the cool wind, you know, which makes the grass wave, and the sun makes it sheen, and when the sun rays fall upon the tall and green grass, it makes it glow. Sheen is glow. Just beyond the grass are the sand dunes, and just above that a seagull looms, children. Now what is a sand dune? I'll show the pictures. Now this, in this picture, can you see the elevation which is there? It is the sand which looks like a mountain kind of a thing, a heaped sand. Now, this is which is called a sand dune. So he says, just beyond the grass. So beyond the grass, we had the sand dunes, and just above that, a seagull looms. Seagull is a seabird. Now, the definition of seagull is given over here, children. You can see it in the picture also. This is a seagull. A seagull is a gray and a white seabird, particularly a seabird. Now, coming back to this stanza, so just beyond the grass are the sand dunes, and just above that, a seagull looms. So, a seagull is there and it's sitting over there. Now, the air is sweet with the scent of the ocean and the coconut in my suntan lotion. So, the air is sweet. How is it sweet? Because of the scent of the ocean. The ocean has a particular scent, and it's something which is very precious for the poet, and he likes that scent. And also the coconut in my suntan lotion. He's carrying a suntan lotion because he's at a sea beach, and there are greater chances of getting suntanned uh, under those circumstances. So he's carrying a suntan lotion to protect himself from burning in the sun. So the smell of the air, because of the scent of the ocean, the air is sweet. The air is sweet. Why? Because of two reasons. The first is the scent of the ocean, and the second is the smell of the coconut in the suntan lotion. It is rhyming, children. Now, moving to the next stanza. The sun is warm and bright. I have to squint to see that little boy's kite. So the sun is all warm and bright. It's a bright morning. And he has to squint his eye. What is the meaning of squint, children? Now, see, squint means the third one, eyes closed slightly to see more clearly. Sometimes we little close our eyes to see things more clearly when the thing is at a far off distance. It's not easy to see it, so we close our eyes. So he had to squint his eye uh, to see the light in the sky which the boy was flying. I crest the dune, and there is the sea. The waves crash and foam and softly roar at me. So I crest the dune, children. What is the meaning of crest? Now, see, I to reach the top of something. So I have already told you what is a dune, children. This is the sand dune, and he says that I crest the dune. I reach on the top of the dune, and there is the sea. So from a higher altitude, the sea looks all the more better. The waves crash and foam and softly roar at me. Now, children, over here we come across another figure of speech. Now, the word softly roar. Now, children, this is a contradiction over here. Two words which have opposite meanings have been placed beside each other to lay more stress on the theme. So he says that the waves are crashing and foaming. The waves come at a great speed. They come, they crash, and they, you know, create a foam over there. And they softly roar at me. So softly is, it is doing it softly, but at the same time it is roaring. So two opposite words used together, children, placed side by side in a poem. So this is called an oxymoron. Oxymoron. I wade in. It is quite cold. Now let's sign this in the sand where the waves hit the shore and sea meets the air and the land. So, what is the meaning of wade in, children? Wade over here, I've written the antonyms, but wade, see, I've not mentioned, I'm sorry. Otherwise, wade, children, over here, antonyms are opposite words. So, wade means to continue to walk, even if the way is not clear, and even if you have obstructions or obstacles on the way. When you walk in on a sea beach, the waves are coming and you go to the opposite direction. It becomes very easy, it becomes very difficult to go, to go against the waves and move ahead. So that is what he was doing. He continued to move on, and it was quite cold because the air was cold over there. Now he is going to stop in the sand over here. He says that let's sign this in the sand where the waves hit the shore and the sea meets the air and the land. So now he talked about several things. He talked about the blue sky, the grass, sand dunes. He also talked about what did he talk about? He also talked about the air and the scent of the ocean, the coconut in his suntan lotion. He talked about a lot of things, and then he decides to stop over there. And he says that I'm going to sign this in the sand, so I'm going to stop describing the sea over here, where the waves hit the shore and the sea meets the air and the land. Now step back and look. What a wonderful view! And the canvas can go wherever because it is in you. So he says, now just take a step back and look how beautiful it is looking. The whole of the scene, if you see it all together, not separately, it looks so beautiful. It's a wonderful view. And the canvas can go wherever because it is in you. The canvas, it is a medium on which you paint. So he says that it can go wherever you go because it is inside you, it is in your mind, it is in your head. You have your imaginative and your creative abilities in your mind, so it goes wherever you go. You don't have to carry a canvas with you, a physically present canvas. The canvas is there in your mind itself. If you're not good at painting and drawing, you can paint a picture through your words. You can have your great imagination. You'll still be imaginative and creative. So, this is where we end with the poem, children. Let's see the glossary. So, the first word is bucks, which means informal way of naming a US dollar. Worth is having a particular value. Ain't, I am not, are not, or is not. Imagination means the ability to create mental pictures or new ideas. Sheen is to glow. Sand dunes is a hill of sand near an ocean or desert that is formed by the wind. Seagull is a gray and a white sea bird. Now, seagull looms have been repeated. You don't need to do it, children. Suntan lotion is something you apply on the skin to keep it from burning in the sun. Squint is the eyes closed slightly to see more clearly. Crest is reached the top of. Canvas means a piece of strong cloth for painting a picture on. Coming to the antonyms, start. Antonyms are opposite words. So start, finish. This is all from your poem itself, children. Now you can write it in your. You have to write it in your notebook and learn them because this will be a part of your examination or test also. So the opposite word of start is finish. Imagination, being or concrete. Sheen, dullness. Beyond, close or near. Loom means to decline or fall. Crest is, the opposite word is bottom. Wade is break or ease. What are the questions, children? Which figure of speech has been used in the lines blue like the first day of summer vacation? Now you already know this. This the figure of speech which has been used over here is a simile. Simile. Okay. Now, which figure of speech has been used in the lines paint a picture? Again, very easy, children. It's alliteration, repetition of the same sound. What is the central theme of the poem Paint? Now, the central theme of the poem is this: the power of your imagination is greater than any attempt to represent it. This is the theme of the poem. Okay, now the next is about um, Mitchell Browder. You have to write a few lines about the poet. So, in during the class, I had made the children write it in the chat box. I had written the answer. You can look for it and write one or two lines about it, not much. Okay, this is something which you have to do on your own. Now, who is I in the poem? This is from your book, children. The poet Mitchell Browder is I in the poem. Where is the speaker standing at the moment? The speaker is standing at a sea beach at the moment. Find the oxymoron in the last line. I have already discussed this with you. The oxymoron is softly roar. Now, this you have to find the oxymoron in the last line, which is given in that reference to context. That particular stanza is given in the question, which I have not mentioned over here. So, in that particular stanza, the last line has this figure of speech. Exercise C. Is the speaker in the poem male or female? Can you find some evidence in the poem to help you decide? As the name of the poet is Mitchell Browder, which is usually the name of a male person, it suggests that the poet is a male. This is all that you have to write. The speaker gives up the idea of painting after making all the preparations. Why? The speaker gives up the idea of painting as he realizes that he is not good at painting after a few trials. So, this is what he decides on, children, because he tried for a few number of times, but he realized that he couldn't do it. Now, explain I will paint a picture in your head. What does it mean? So, it refers to the ability to imagine and help the reader do the same. The poet wishes to create an image in the minds of the readers and bring out their creative ability. So, this is what is the meaning of this line that I will paint a picture in your head. Now, children, I'm going to stop over here because I have compassed everything, I've comprised, included everything in this video which is important for you to know about this poem Paint. I hope this video has been helpful for you and you can watch it a number of times whenever you want to have a revision. Okay, children? So, please complete your work. You have to do these question answers, all of these. This also you have to write in your notebook. You will start with the glossary. You will write the glossary, antonyms, and then the question and answers in your English literature notebook. Do it very neatly because I will be asking you to submit your work. Okay, children? So please complete your work, your assignment, and watch this video to understand it. Okay, children, thank you and have a great time.